Okay, back on Moonshiner 28, headed toward the Tail of the Dragon. And this is our favorite, I think one of our favorite stretches of 28. It's by far, it's not the curviest, but it runs along beside the river. And you'll get to see it here in just a second, and it's just gorgeous. And it's this time of year, first time we've been up here in the fall when we've actually had some color in the trees. And looks like it's trying to get fall here. There we go. But this will be many miles of the river off beside us here. River, lake, whatever you want to call it. There is a dam farther down, so I guess the river does become a lake even as far as here. Even though we just left the Fontana Dam. This is on the downside of the dam. But really nice road. Just mostly just sweepers. It's a nice setup to get up to the Dragon. The best part about it is that when we get to the end of this, 28 actually ends at the Tail of the Dragon. And you can go on the Tail of the Dragon and head off into Tennessee, or you can make a left turn and head on, I believe they said it's 129, which might be the same highway as the Dragon. And that takes you all the way back around the other side of these mountains, and you end up back in Robbinsville, North Carolina. So it makes for a nice loop. Now, whether, I think the original plan was for us to go down the Dragon, we'll just have to see what the lovely Susan decides she wants to do. I don't know how much battery I'll have, but I'm going to try to video as much as I can of the Dragon if we go that way. If not, I'll video wherever we go. Because you deserve to see it. There's no doubt about it. I really wish you guys could be here, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day. Perfect riding temperature, just a little on the cool side, but it's warming up. And as you can see, we haven't had hardly anybody out. Saw a few bikes go by. We let a couple of cars by earlier on because we don't hold anybody up. We like to pull over, let the people that are in a hurry go by, and rather than let them push us the whole way. So anyway, what do you think? There are some areas up here where it is prettier than this, but you can see up on the mountain there the leaves are turning. There are a few brilliant reds up there, mostly just yellows, some browns. But we don't normally come up here this time of the year. But I think we should probably make a habit of it. Little fill in on the Riker here. I don't know if you've noticed from some other videos, things have been changed a little bit. I had a camera mounted here. I had a panoramic mirror right here, and I didn't have these mirrors on either side. And I found that because it's a low windshield and because I sit up so tall in the saddle, that I really couldn't see anybody directly behind me. Now the bike came with bar end mirrors. I had to take those off because we trailer both bikes up here, and the bar end mirror was just a little too close to the Spider. So I'm afraid that bouncing around up here, coming up these roads, that it would get up against the Spider and do some damage, so I had to take it off. Could have left the right one on, but that just seems kind of silly. So got these are really nice. They're less than $20 from Amazon. Came with clamps and everything for a 7/8 inch bar. But anyway, just mounted my phone. I hadn't been doing that before, but I missed a call I needed to get the other day, and so I decided to put it up here where I can actually see it. And I've got a charge cord running from USB. The Riker comes with 2 USB ports standard up in the glove compartment up front, so I'm just running a cord off of that. Here's a remote control for my Ghost HD drift camera, and of course regular old Garmin GPS you've seen before. But this is I believe this is going to be the final iteration of it, the final version. And you can't see them from here, I'd have to show you, but I have a camera mount for a camera mounted in front of the windshield here, and I've also put one down real low on the right above what would be the bumper. And I'll do some videos of that. Those will be maybe something later on. I'll try to get some video. They should look kind of cool. The aspect will be a lot closer to the road, so even though I'm not a fast rider, it might look like I'm going a little faster. If you get too bored, just put the video up to play at double speed and it'll be fantastic. You'll think, what a hell of a rider this guy is. But again, more about the Riker. I'm still experimenting with the seat. I'm doing something that you shouldn't do with a Riker. I'm kind of trying to change its personality. It was originally designed, I think, as a sport bike, or sport trike, I guess you could call it. The angle of the seat is such that it's more reminiscent of a sport bike. It pushes you forward. And the original handlebars were much farther forward. And so what I've done is I've got some bars to let me sit back more. I've got a backrest. I got the best seat they offer. And the angle is still a little bit off. So what I've had to do, I got a little fleece seat cover, and underneath that I cut up one of my wife's old yoga mats, which is that inch thick, very dense very dense foam, you know, open cell foam or whatever it is. I don't know what you call it. But and I cut a couple layers of that so that then staggered them so that I'm trying to change the angle of the seat from down to at least horizontal. Now that's where I am right now. I've got it pretty much horizontal, much like the bikes back in the old days. Back in my old Yamaha I had in the 80s, had a flat seat on it, and that was very comfortable. So far it's great. So far it's much more comfortable. What was happening was, because I had my feet all the way out, I couldn't really keep myself from slouching down in the seat and sliding forward, and that's not what I wanted to do. So this was working out better. I actually moved the pegs back one notch also to give me a little more leverage and being able to push myself back, keep myself from sliding forward. That was the only problem. I was just sliding too far forward, and it wasn't comfortable. So far so good. I'll let you know if it doesn't work out. But hope you've enjoyed this little section of road here. I'm going to knock off now because I've been on way too long, but you can see why we love it out this way. It's gorgeous. So hopefully I'll get a chance to do the Dragon here, and we'll be back in a bit. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.